Hi everyone!
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast where Mercury is always in retrograde. And
And
Liz,
this week it's still in retrograde. How's
we are
everyone feeling?
still in it,
How you
baby.
feeling, Aaron?
Absolutely fucking buck wild.
Yeah.
Mercury really has its fist all the way up my ass. I am just a puppet.
Again,
Mercury's a big ass hand.
got me in a chokehold. Let's go. Week 2. And this week we're continuing with the vibe check.
Vibe check!
Check in your vibe. And we're going to talk about some things that we were absolutely buck wild for this past week, or just buck wild about in general. There's no rules, except we're going to play Taboo again.
Hell yeah! And given the nature of the medium that we're on, there's obviously going to be no charades. So we have run all of our topics through thesource.com to get a different name for all of our topics, and then we're going to try and get the other person to guess what they are. So I know that I started last week. So Liz, do you want to kick off this week's vibe check?
I would absolutely love to kick off this week's vibe check. The first thing that I would like to talk about, the word, which is probably my weakest one out of all of them. So the word is gastropods.
Gastropods?
Yes.
Is that one word?
Yes, it's gastropod.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
You don't know what a gastropod is?
Liz, confirmed dumbass on Maine.
Okay, well, let me think. Can
you tell me what a gastropod is? Do I have to Google it?
I can't. That'll give it away.
No, okay. Fine. I'll think about this. So you can't tell me what medium it is on, because that would be a spoiler on the taboo card if we were to play this from a deck. I am stalling because I'm stupid.
Can I give you a clue?
Yes, please. God, fucking give it to me.
I've stepped on one once and I cried about it.
A slug?
I was coming home. Close.
A snail?
Yeah, buddy.
Let me make it clear. I've never had to take like a animal biology kind of class in middle school. Like I transferred from the New York City school system to the New Jersey school system in middle school. And by the time I got there, they were like, okay, well, thank God we got through this plants and animals section and also the dinosaur section, which are all things that I didn't learn in New York, but they had just finished in New Jersey. And then they were like, we're never going to go through this ever again. Anyway, here are some clouds, bitch.
So you really missed the snail unit, I guess.
Like the snail, like how I didn't know what kingdoms were. I had to Google that. Because that was
like
just
kingdom,
something.
Phylum.
Yeah. That was
order.
Just like something that I missed in between going from New York to New Jersey. Like it just didn't. It never got. No one ever was like, yeah.
I hate that.
That's what happens when you move mid-semester.
Bummer. Well, yeah. So I'm fucking obsessed with snails, and
like period. Snails. That's it. The animal.
Like
the
snails.
Actual...
Period.
Oh wow.
Like, the slimy little shelled boys.
How did this happen? Tell me more.
Okay, so I don't actually know how it happened, but yeah, like truly I don't really know how that happened. One time I used to work at a restaurant when I was still in high school throughout college, and it was a seasonal restaurant, so it was only open during the summer, so I would come home pretty late, like around like 11 or 12. And there was one night where I was walking up my driveway to get to my house, and I stepped on something and it crunched under me, and I was like, oh, maybe it was like an acorn or like a chip or something, like maybe like someone dropped a chip on the ground earlier in the day.
No.
And the next morning I walked out to go back to work, and what is it but a crushed snail? And I literally burst out into tears. I was crying. I was like, this snail had a wife and children, and I ended his life, and I am a snurderer, a snail murderer. So that haunts me. And then again, just like very recently, I've been seeing a lot of snail content. Saw some snail content like on Instagram. I follow this Instagram account called like Snail Friends, and it's just like this account that like takes pictures of like snails that they find in the wild. Yeah, it's really cute. I am on TikTok, and I fucking love TikTok. It is the bane of my existence, but also the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And there's a surprising amount of snail content on TikTok, like actual snail videos and like snails outside and like snails, people like breeding snails and like baby snails. Yeah. Over holidays, I think maybe it was Christmas, one of my cousins and I were talking about whatever, and then he had mentioned snails in passing, and I was like, yo, I love snails. And he was like, you should join this Facebook group called Gastropod Enthusiasts. So it's like one of those Facebook groups where you have to like get an invitation to, yeah, like apply to join.
Oh my god. Did you get in?
My drunk ass on Christmas went to apply to get into this Gastropod Enthusiast Facebook group, and they let me in. And so now I get a lot of snail content on my Facebook feed.
Wow.
Yeah. I have also been on the hunt for the Beanie Baby snail.
Oh, you had tweeted about this actually. You were like, if someone can find it. I was like,
if someone finds a Beanie Baby snail, I will pay you royally. And this goes for anyone listening to this podcast. I swear to God, if anyone has or finds a Beanie Baby snail and is willing to buy it for me / sell it to me for a reasonable amount of money, because everywhere I go to look for a fucking Beanie Baby snail, eBay, Amazon, literally the Beanie Baby website doesn't even have it, because I don't know, like they're making those like stuffed animals with the big eyes now and like not regular Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
But I will Venmo you deliciously. I will send you.
Would thou like to live deliciously for the small price of a snail Beanie Baby?
Small price of a Beanie Baby snail. Yeah. Please DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is Lizkoeh, Lizkoeh, and please find me a Beanie Baby snail that's not $30.
That was a quick descent into like begging.
Really, me on my hands and knees, tears streaming down my face, going, "Someone please send me this Beanie Baby snail, please."
I mean, I understand. Like, also those original Beanie Babies are so cute and so much better than the ones they're making right now.
Yes, the Beanie Babies right now are so ugly.
Fucking disgusting. I love snails. They're so good. And like, honestly, I would also cry if I stepped on a snail.
They're just like out here vibing. They're like slimy and like have a little shell. And they're just minding their own business. They're just like, what's the verb that I would use to like describe a snail's movement? Like slithering? Not really. That's more like a snake.
Same kind of concept there. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like, they're just so cute and they're having a good time. And I feel like they're really warm. Like, I think they have a warm place in my heart because they're so easy to draw, and like, you immediately draw a little swirl and a little boy in there, and it's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you mean. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
That's how you do it, honestly. So yeah, snails are always on my mind, always in my heart.
I was expecting the snail group to like actually like message you or do some kind of thorough investigation because of how much like fraudulent activity has been happening on Facebook, but I'm glad that they immediately clocked you as a snail enthusiast. They're like, this girl gives a shit about snails.
I'm pretty sure I had to answer like when you like request to join those groups, I'm pretty sure you have to answer like why do you want to join this group? Just to like kind of prove that you're a real person.
What?
Because
it's been a while since I've been on Facebook. I've just been using the Messenger app.
Yeah, I joined this other Facebook group a while ago called the Wholesome Meme Squad. And It's literally just like wholesome content constantly, which is like so nice on the Facebook, the barren landscape that is Facebook. But I'm pretty sure I literally wrote in that little thing something along the lines of like, I am obsessed with snails. Snails bring me immense joy. Please let me join so I can see more snail content. And they were like, yeah, this girl wants to look at snails.
I mean, that's really, like, what else is there to that but telling the fucking truth, baby?
Literally.
Speaking your heart and your mind and your soul, and I love it.
Yes. There was one thing that really freaked me out, is that there was a video that I saw recently of this fucking massive snail. Like, it was literally bigger than my hand, and I got really scared, and I was like, no.
How big do snails get?
Okay, so I'm looking at it now, because I literally just Googled giant snail. And there's such a thing called a giant African snail.
Mm.
And it's just a giant snail.
That's all there is to it. I mean, those are the most generic descriptors that I've ever heard in my entire life. A giant African snail. A snail that is large and from one of the biggest continents on this earth. Yeah.
It's literally just a giant snail. There's a video. Oh my god, there's a video of this woman that has a pet snail. And it's one of those giant African snails, and it's, like, bigger than her hand.
Stop.
See, like, that's where I cross the line. Like, I like looking at them, like, sitting on leaves and shit, but, like, when it comes to, like, owning a snail...
Yeah, I understand that. I think that's, like, I also have those same kind of, like, rules where, like, certain things won't bother me, but certain things will bother me, or, like, certain things will start bothering me. So, like, I used to just eat crabs, no problem. But, like, now crabs kind of freak me out, and they have to be dead. Like, I can't see a live one because it'll freak me out. Because ever since when I was, I think a teenager, someone had been like, oh, my dad, we had read T.S. Eliot's, what was it? The love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. And there's a line in there that's like, the scuttling hands on the bottom of the ocean. And I was like, oh, that's freaky. That's kind of freaky. And my dad was like, oh, love T.S. Eliot. Yeah, he was talking about crabs in that one, because they're just like giant water bugs. Like, crabs are just giant water spiders. And I was like, ever since that moment, like, I was like, that's, And also, like, with the advent of the internet, like, looking at those giant Japanese crabs, oh my god, why are their legs so, like, fucking long, and they, like, got elbows? They got elbows and shit, and they, like, are stanced up constantly. Freaks me out.
Literally disgusting. Yeah, I mean, there's, like, certain things that I can't think about too long, or else, like, I'll get absolutely freaked out about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fuck with bugs at all. If I think about birds for too long,
Wait, birds?
I get really scared. What?
Birds?
Yeah, like, just any kind of general bird, like, I just get, like, really scared thinking about them. Same with fish. If I, like, think of fish for too long, or, like, look at fish, like, I get freaked out. I had, kind of the same thing with crabs. Like, we would get, like, crab legs to eat for holidays, and, like, they're fucking crab legs, so, like, they gonna be good, you know?
That's true.
And then, like, but, again, like, thinking about it in terms of, like, this was a giant spider that lived underwater and crawled around, like... Also, I went through a period of my life where I got so freaked out thinking about mussels and clams.
Oh, really?
Like, I love mussels so much.
They're
like,
so good.
They're so good, and like, my mom would make these mussels in this like beautiful like white wine sauce with like garlic, and like I would go out and like get ones in like white wine sauce and like drink the broth and like dip like garlic bread in it. Oh, so good.
Oh.
But like when I would think about it and be like, okay, yeah, it's just like this like mass of flesh in a shell. Like, what does that even mean?
No, yeah, okay, wait, I get that now. There was we were one time outside Shireen's house, and it was late at night, and it's the summer, so there's all kinds of critters walking around, and there was a little slug friend, and we took pictures with the slug friend, and like there's a picture of Liz like squatted up with the slug, and she goes, I'm gonna take a TikTok, and she pulls out this like iPhone mini, this fucking iPad mini, to take this TikTok. And then we go to watch it back, and the quality is so highly defined. Like, you can see the little bumps and oozing pores of this slug in such high quality. I can't watch that TikTok without, like, kind of vomiting in my own mouth a little. Like, I literally see it, and I'm like...
Yeah, me too. I literally also love slugs, but, like, watching that video, like... literally gives me chills and like freaks me out. It's big time.
Because you had gotten the phone camera so close to that boy, and you were just like doing like an X-ray scan of this thing, and then like in the dark, like you really couldn't see anything. But once we were inside and like in the normal light, looking at this video, we were like, "Holy shit, Liz! It looks like you took this kind of alien footage."
Yeah, the flash was on too, so like that didn't really help. And then Shireen went to go move it out. It was like on the walkway up to her parents' house, and like she went to go move it, and like picked up a leaf to like scoop it up, and then like ended up touching it with her finger, and like I don't know, it was a mess.
Tried to like chopsticks the situation. It was a mess.
Chopsticks. Yeah. We like threw that shit up. I have the whole video.
The only reason why that was happening was because these kids were like literally running out and like wildly like stepping as if there were no creatures on this earth.
Yeah, have you ever stepped on a slug before?
No, but one time I was in church, and we were in the basement of the church, and my brother poured salt onto a slug, and I witnessed that, and that was definitely very traumatizing for me.
Oh my god.
I don't even want to describe like the nightmares that I've had since because of that incident are the stuff that keeps my therapist's pockets lined.
Yeah, a couple summers ago, I went to go take my dogs out, and my mom had a pair of shoes that she would like wear outside in the middle of the night, and I just like slipped my feet into them and like put my left foot in. It was great. Went to go put my right foot in, and there was a slug at the toe of the shoe, and my skin is crawling thinking about it. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I threw the shoes out with no explanation. I was like, no, this is absolutely unacceptable. I will not deal with this.
That's why people put, like, salt lines outside their house.
Are those for demons?
No, they're for slugs, you idiot.
Really? Oh my god, wait, I thought the salt, like, you put the salt across the entryway to your like front door to keep demons out.
No, you put salt across the doorway so that way slugs don't crawl under the door, and then you wake up and there are slugs in your house.
Nah, you're lying to me.
All right, here we go. Yeah, it's because of the demons that are definitely real. Wee. Come on, Liz, grow up. Grow the fuck up.
All right, I'll tell the ghost that lives in my house to like, grow the fuck up and get out, because obviously the salt line didn't work.
Maybe it's both.
Only for snails and slugs, so...
Maybe we're both right.
Oh, maybe. It's a dual-purpose salt line.
Hey, I respect it. I respect the old wives who came up with those tales.
Word. Same. You know what? We love them. We have to stand.
We have to stand.
Alright, so, yeah, that's my first thing that I'm absolutely fucking feral about. Oh, I also saw a TikTok. So, I had a very interesting conversation today. I was with my friend Emily, and we were at this, like, very little boutique, and they had a snail mug. Ooh. And I was like, this mug is so cute. I love snails. And she turned to me and was like, "Oh, how do snails work? Like, how do snails, like, get their shell?" And I was like, "They're born with it."
Yeah, don't they grow?
Like, they're literally born with it.
Yeah.
And then tonight I was scrolling on TikTok before we started talking, and I saw a video of some girl who had a bunch of baby snails that hatched, and it was literally just, like, a bunch of baby snails, like, with shells on their back, like, translucent, but, like, there they were with little shells on their back. And I was like, huh, I guess that is how it works.
That's wild. They're so weird. Oh my god.
Isn't that gross, kind of?
I don't want to think about them being translucent. That freaks me out, actually.
Little jelly snails. Mm.
You just turn the opacity up slowly as they grow up.
Slurp them on up.
Stop. Enough. Thanks. Thanks for bringing that up, you fucking freak.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Actually, no, thank you. Snails are great. They just, kind of freak me out a little.
Don't look at them for too long and you'll be fine.
Okay, great. I'm gonna stop thinking about them, because...
Snails as a concept is amazing.
Yeah, as a concept. In theory, not in practice.
I, honest to God, would not even touch a real snail if the opportunity presented itself.
Wait, one quick question. I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but, like, how do you feel about hermit crabs?
I'm very neutral about hermit crabs. I've always wanted one. I wanted one since I was a baby.
Really?
Yeah, because all my friends had hermit crabs, and I had one hamster that had a stroke, and then my parents said, "Oh no," to small animals.
Was that like a French no? Like, I don't understand where the...
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, a hard no.
No.
So yeah, but like now I think as an adult I would find them weird.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because it's like it's the same concept as like a crab. It's just like a combination of like a land crab and a snail.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, like, it always freaked me out that like you would have to buy them different size shells as they got old.
Yeah.
Because like what? They grow? What do you mean?
I think that, like, I wasn't introduced to the concept of, like, hermit crabs being that tiny. Like, I knew about their existence, and we would go to the beach, but, like, not often enough for me to, like, remember that hermit crabs were a thing. And then we moved to Jersey, and, like, you're right by the shore, and so we'd go, and there'd be, like, a million hermit crabs on sale, these fucking shells that are all painted, and I was always just like, what you mean there's a crab in there?
Where is
do you grow it and then eat it? Like, I don't get it.
Oh no.
I was just a dumbass as a kid. This podcast is just proving how stupid I am.
I was gonna say, hermit crabs have like, if you were to eat a hermit crab, there would be literally no meat.
You'd have to eat the exoskeleton.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, there are soft shell crabs. I eat those.
I have never had a soft shell crab in my life.
Wait, really? You've had a spider roll, though, haven't you?
I don't think so.
Oh. You go to sushi, eat sushi all the time. Get a spider roll. It's good.
Okay. I guess.
I just thought, like, I didn't know if the shell was like an important component of you liking the snail or not, which is why I asked about the hermit crabs.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm so drawn to snails. I just think they're really good. Maybe it's like my internalized guilt about that one snail that I killed 7 years ago. Making me really appreciate this.
This is a redemption arc. Wow, I love it.
Really kind of unpacking my trauma on this podcast about a snail that I stepped on.
We reveal all.
Therapy, who needs it when I have this podcast?
Stop. Thank you for sharing and bringing snails to the table.
Escargot, you're welcome.
Wow.
Have you ever ate snails? Sorry, I keep talking about snails. Have you ever had one?
Actually, that's so funny. We were talking about escargot yesterday.
Really?
My family and I. Yeah, because apparently escargot is literally just land snails, like the snails that you see in your fucking backyard. You just pick them up, and you're like, this is escargot.
Yeah, it's good. I've had it.
I've never had it. I mean, like, I've just never... it's a Western food.
Yeah, it is. It's French.
Yeah, like we're a bunch of Koreans. Like I don't think I've been to a French restaurant and actually like I couldn't name you a single fucking French dish that isn't a croissant. And escargot. So really my cultural understanding of Europe as a whole. Don't they got that smelly ass cheese? You know, I'm really just digging myself in a hole here. I'm done. Ratatouille.
What?
You know, I'm trying really hard, Liz. I'm trying so hard.
Okay, so we're gonna move away from the snails now because we've spiraled.
Like a goddamn toilet. So you flushed a toilet. And
I was thinking like a pinwheel. I was like, oh, pinwheel spiral.
So my taboo topic. You ever like can't read your own handwriting?
Yep, all the time.
So this one is Hello Father, but we're in Mexico.
Hola, papa.
Close.
Hola, papi.
Yes. You got it. It's Hola
Papi.
What is
that?
So that is an advice column from a gay Mexican writer from rural Oklahoma. His name is John Paul Brommer. Have you ever heard of him? He's JP Brommer on Twitter.
No.
Okay, well, he's fucking hilarious. I absolutely love him. I found him because, do you know the artist Perfume Genius?
Yes, I am very familiar with Perfume Genius.
I love Perfume Genius. He's an exact brand of sad gay. And
they had a song in Booksmart.
Yes, which freaked me out.
It's good. It's so good.
Yes. The Booksmart soundtrack slaps so hard.
Yeah, it's really good.
It did not have to go that hard.
No, it really did not.
I really respect it. But yeah, so I follow Perfume Genius on Twitter because he's like a shit poster on that website. Like, he was like, how do I tell people that this is actually, like, I actually make music that I really care a lot about when all I do is make these shit posts. But he, like, you know, when these people like things, like, it comes up on your Twitter feed. So he liked one of this guy's tweets, and it was fucking hilarious. I don't remember which one. But then, like, I actually looked at this guy's page, and I was like, oh, he's a writer. And he is gay, so obviously I care a lot. And then I read it, and like, my heart sunk. Like, I was just, like, so moved by so much of what he has been doing and has been writing, and like a lot of it just resonates with me so much, and I like feel so seen by the things that he's writing. Like, he's writing this advice column, and it's like very funny, very light, and then suddenly he'll hit you with these like truth bombs, and it like, oh my god, owie, ouchie, my bones, ow.
Be nice to me. Why are you being mean to me?
Oh my god, literally, I'm like, my wig.
Your clip-on bangs?
My clip-on bangs? Snatched. I do have clip-on bangs. They're really nice. Anyway.
She did answer the Skype call wearing clip-on bangs, and I did scream.
And then I did rip it off my own head, which...
Truly ripped them off.
Listen, it saved me from cutting my real hair, so I'm very thankful to whoever invented clip-on bangs.
Amen.
Thank you. But John Paul Brommer is like just such an incredible writer, and he's moved from column to column. So when I first started following this guy and reading his writing, he was at the publication Them, which is great. Like, they're great. And then he was at Out or something like that, and then he just kept moving from publication to publication, and then now he's actually on his own. So I've been getting a lot of his writing into my inbox directly because I subscribed through his website. And like, it's great. It's like an email that I really look forward to, which is rare.
Right.
And like, everything that he writes is just like brilliant. It's nicer than reading a book in that, like, it's short and it's, like, real to life, but not in a way that's, like, a news article. It's just, like, nice. And I don't know how to describe it, 'cause some of it, it's not really, like, it's not like a nonfiction piece, but it kind of is. And it's just, like, really great stuff. And I mean, it makes me feel like I'm almost like reading in a way that's like more casual, not for the news,
Totally.
not reading a full book, but like at least just reading something. And it's really great stuff. So I highly, highly recommend him. He is great. He's also very, very fucking funny on Twitter. He consistently posts about the weirdest shit, and he's into all this niche stuff, and it's just great. It's really great, and I am obsessed with everything that he's written.
That's really cool. Yeah, I think that like having like this online place where he like puts all of his writing and like does like this Q&A and is like this person who's not like a white cis male, you know, like he's out here being relatable. And like also I think the like allure of like reading articles like this is that it's really digestible and it's very low commitment and like you're reading something that's fresh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he just birthed this out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Like, yeah, I can see why that's really exciting and really good.
Yeah, and he has written, I know of at least one, as of today, fiction piece. It's a short story. And even that was just like really good. It was super magical, but it was like not like I think a lot of the short stories that I had read in high school, which are I think is the only really time that I read a collection of short stories that I really remember. Like those were all very intense. They all had like these very strong themes because like I guess they felt the need to pack as much in like to a regular book as they would. But this
it's like
was
a high
nice.
school. It's a high school class. It's like
yeah.
You're meant to analyze it, so you're like you have to pack it tight, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's really cool. Yeah, I'm like scrolling through his website right now to look at some of his content, and like the titles of his articles are absolutely sending me.
Oh my god, yes, please. It like there's a couple in there that really fucking get me, but like this guy talks about like I mean, he at one point was like there was my favorite article from him is this one, and I read it like once a week at least. It's this one where he is like gets this letter that's like, "Hola, papi. I found my my boss's grinder. He has a wife. Do I tell him? Or like, you know, do I make it clear that like I know about it? Should I swipe right on him? Whatever." And then JP Brommer goes, "Mind your business. Also, here's a bunch of facts about bees." And he interviews this bee specialist.
Literally, mind your business. That's amazing.
It's such a good interview too. So like I really had to stand. Like after I read that article, I was like, I am absolutely signing up for your newsletter. I am absolutely gonna buy your merch. Like, yes, I'm here for it.
Good.
And I'm here to spread the good word about his work.
Wow, I like can't wait to read this. I'm so excited. I'm looking at right now a wildly inaccurate review of Cats, with an absolutely hideous rendition of
That's a good
Judi
one.
Dench as a cat.
That is a good one. He's also an artist in that like he's drawn a lot of the stuff that he's.
Are these his illustrations?
A lot of them are, yeah.
Whoa, that's great.
Yeah. He's a crazy talented artist, like in more ways than one. I am obsessed with him.
That's so awesome. I'm also looking at Help, I'm Annoying.
That one fucking hurt. That one was good. It was so good. This is the mean one? Like,
here we go. Hola, papi, I'm a Taurus. Oy vey. Sorry to all you Tauruses out there, but I'm sorry I don't vibe with you.
Sorry, the vibes are just not there. If you're
like,
moon
I'm sure
sign...
you're all very nice people, and like I know a lot of really wonderful Tauruses, but yeah, sorry, it just ain't it.
You know, it was a Taurus who I had asked for my sign, and I said Gemini, and they were like, no thanks. So I always remember that sin, that cardinal sin, cost all of you. That is your burden. I'm just kidding. being feral.
She's literally whipping her clip-on bangs back and forth. I'm watching.
You hear that snap? That's the snap of my bangs getting clipped onto my head.
Oh
Bitch.
my god, I love it.
I'm brand fucking new. Anyway, that's all I have to say. What's your next taboo topic, Liz?
My next taboo topic, get ready for this one because it's a wild ride. It's excrement ravine.
Ravine. Okay, wait, is this... I'm gonna ask this, and if you don't want to answer it, or if you think that it breaks the rules, then just let me know. But sure. Is it a two-word thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Shit pile.
No, but you got the first word.
Okay, so it is... Oh, Schitt's Creek.
Yes! Yeah, I'm in it.
Really?
I am obsessed.
Okay, tell me about it. Because I know that it is on everyone's, like, list of recommended shows to watch, and, like, I think Heather has been on our ass to watch it for, about since it came out.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know... Okay, so there's about 5 or 6 seasons of it, which, like, I didn't know that there was that many seasons.
Oof.
And every time, like, a TV show has that many seasons, I get really intimidated by it, and, like, it really turns me off to the show.
Yeah.
But I watched about 3 or 4 episodes with, my girlfriend and her sister, and I was in tears. I was like, keep this shit rolling, this is the funniest thing I've ever watched in my life. And it's just, like, a really weird sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that, like, literally makes me lose my mind. Not kind of like Portlandia, because Portlandia is, like, this really specific, really weird type of funny. But, so what I love most about this show is, everyone who acts in it is literally the best. Like, I have never seen better acting on a television show. It is so good.
Really?
Yeah, so the show is about this really wealthy family, a husband, a wife, and a son and a daughter who are both adults. And they go absolutely bankrupt because the father owns a business and his accountant hasn't been paying taxes on anything. So they get in financial trouble. And they lose everything. They lose their house. They lose all their really nice cars. They literally have an hour to, like, pack all their shit and get out of their house. And they're like, well, where are we going to go? We, like, can't go to the vacation house because they're taking that. We can't go to the condo because they're taking that. And their lawyer is like, well, you actually have this one thing left. And it's a town that you bought 11 years ago. And the dad is like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, you own this town called Schitt's Creek, which the dad had bought for his son for his 10th birthday. And because they thought it was funny. They thought that Schitt's Creek was funny. So they are essentially the owner of this town. So they have no choice but to go there. So, like, these rich folk are now living in a motel in this town called Schitt's Creek, which is, like, this backwards hick town. There's, like, one restaurant, one bar, like, the mayor is this, like, disgusting, dirty man with, like, a shitty pickup truck and, like, a ditzy southern wife.
Nice.
And it's, like, about these rich people trying to, like, assimilate into this town.
Mm-hmm.
But Catherine O'Hara plays this, like, disconnected mother who used to be on the soap opera and, like, sung for a while, and, like, her soap opera ended.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, like, still kind of famous, but, like, not really. And her character is literally psycho, like, so disconnected from reality. She does this character so well. Like, the way that she speaks is, like, absolutely insane. She's like, David, we have to go to the diner or something like that. Like, it's just so good. And yeah, it's just really fun. It's mindless. Half-hour episodes.
Oh!
Which are my favorite things.
On my fucking way. I do not have enough attention span to watch anything.
Yeah. Hour-long episodes are really hard to digest and, like, really hard to sit through.
It took me 3 months to watch The Witcher.
A
show that had 8 episodes.
I will not even approach that.
I mean, granted, I was coming from, like, a post-Game of Thrones kind of, like, series, so, like, I'm used to the high fantasy by this point, at least, like, on a television scale, but, like, it still took me 3 fucking months to get through, like, 8 episodes of content, or, like, 10 episodes, however much. That's only, like, a couple hours of content, but I was still just like, this is too much. There's too much happening. There's so much plot. So, on my fucking way, I need some good comedic content. I love to see rich people out of their element.
It's so funny. Catherine O'Hara has this, like, wall of wigs that she wears. Like, the daughter's boyfriend, who's this, like, dude that lives in a barn, like, buys her a bicycle. And she's like, this is the most recent episode I watched, is that he buys her a bicycle because she's like, I missed my spin class because, like, I didn't have a car to get there. So he gives her the bike, and she's like, oh, thank you. And he's like, yeah, you could ride it over to my place. Like, I don't have to pick you up anymore. And she's like, oh, I would rather just walk, actually. And, like, turns out she, like, doesn't know how to ride a bike because her older brother never learned how to ride a bike and, like, had an absolute fit. And, like, in protest of that fit, her parents, like, took all their bikes and, like, made a bonfire and burned them all.
What?
So it's just, like, rich girl learning how to ride a bike.
Jesus fucking Christ. You said they're all adults, too, right?
They're literally all adults, yes.
Oh, okay, great.
It's good. It's really funny.
Oh my god. Also, Wall of Wigs. Love the Dolly Parton vibes.
Yes! So good. And Catherine O'Hara's character is supposed to be this, like, really good singer.
Mm-hmm.
And
no.
There's an episode where someone dies, so they're, like, invited to a funeral, and, like, the dad is, like, asked to, like, speak a few words, and he, like, doesn't know this man at all, and he, like, has absolutely nothing to say. So he, like, gets up on stage and, like, starts, like, scrambling to find words, and he's like, you know, this guy was alive, and now he's dead. And, like, Catherine O'Hara stands up and starts singing Johnny Boy, but, like, so out of tune and, like, so bad, and everyone, like, starts weeping. And then at the reception after the funeral, one of them was like, oh my god, Moira, can you do a reprise of Johnny Boy? And she's like, yes, I will. Just, like, goes into it. It's just, like, humor like that, like, truly gets me.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Everyone, literally, Heather has been recommending this show since it came out. Mm-hmm. So RIP to her for the blatant disrespect that I've paid by not watching it. And
me to all of my friends after they've recommended me something, and it takes me literal years to get into it.
Deadass. And then recently, actually, it's funny that you bring it up, Shireen was like, you should watch Schitt's Creek.
Oh, really? I should text her.
Yeah. She was like, you should watch Schitt's Creek. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, sure. Like, this bitch was tag teaming me with Heather, going like, yeah, watch Schitt's Creek. It'll be great. And I'm like, sure. And now, like, if you've watched it, I have to watch it.
What are you saying? What does that mean?
It means it takes you forever to watch something after someone recommends it.
It really does. I really am so adamant against not watching what people recommend me. I don't know why. It's just, like, in my nature. It's in my blood.
I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. Like, I've never had anything against Schitt's Creek. It's just, like, so difficult to press the button where it's like, I'm going to watch a new show and get into it and get invested in these characters. But now I have to, so thanks.
You're welcome. Catherine O'Hara will literally change your life.
Okay.
The dude who plays the dad, I don't know his name, but he's got, like, massive eyebrows. He has, like, literally the thickest eyebrows I've ever seen.
He has to be the only man that comes up on my Netflix feed when they're, like, auto-generating those images, because that is the only character that I've ever seen. This man with these thick-ass caterpillar-looking eyebrows.
Dude, his eyebrows are like 6.5 inches thick.
Why is he the only character that I'm shown? Like, is that like an algorithm thing? I don't understand.
I don't understand why they're not showing you Catherine O'Hara, like...
I have not seen a single female character on the Schitt's Creek image that is generated by Netflix.
I'm so weak. Bit where she, like, be like, oh, baby. Oh, is the baby here?
What?
David, where's the baby?
Who? The who?
Like, baby. The baby.
I hate that. Thanks. I hate it.
You're welcome. And then, I guess because the FBI tracks what I watch, a video on YouTube was recommended to me that was like Catherine O'Hara saying "BB" for 7 minutes straight.
Oh, I love
like,
that.
Click here, I freaking Yes, please.
That's the fucking content that I want. Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's my second feral thing.
I love it.
I'm into it. Which is why I haven't brought it here.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thanks for having me.
That's the show. Good night. No, I'm kidding.
Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Lit. On my to watch list now, and it's really pressing.
It doesn't have to be pressing, I'm just saying.
It's pressing because I can't be the last one to watch it, even though I am the last one to watch it.
You literally are.
Whatever. I'm gonna move on. So my second topic that I'm bringing to this taboo is admirer's narrative.
Lover story? A love story?
No.
With Adam Driver?
No, that's marriage story.
Marriage
No.
story?
No.
A marriage arrangement?
No. I haven't even watched that, so no.
I haven't watched it either. I can't stand Scarlett Johansson.
Me too. TBH.
What is it? Admirer's narrative?
Yeah. An admirer narrative.
Yes. P.S. To all the boys I loved before?
No.
A love letter?
No, but that one's actually the closest that you've gotten so far.
Love letter?
Kind of, in a way, but not really.
Okay, wait, let me think again. Lover's narrative.
You're too hung up on the lover part. It's
romance novel?
No. Think different word for admirer. In this case, could be someone who likes a thing. Someone who enjoys a thing and is therefore an admirer of that thing.
Fan fiction.
Yes.
Fan fiction. What are you reading?
Actually, the reason why I am bringing fan fiction today is because, so I got like, I think about 2 months ago to a month ago, I got invited to a writer's circle. It's a POC, writer's circle, so it's all people of color who come together and talk about whatever they're writing. And the girl who had invited me had said like, hey, it can be on anything, like don't worry about it. But like the reason why she had invited me is because she knew that I had written for NaNoWriMo,
yeah.
and that I had like talked about continuously writing for that story.
Just to point out that Erin did in fact hit 50,000 words during NaNoWriMo. Congratulations. It's been a couple months, but you know what? That is a big feat, and I think it should be noticed.
Thanks.
So, congrats, Erin.
Thanks.
I read about 20,000 words, and it was good, and then I stopped.
You read 20,000 words? Oh, no.
Yeah, I read the beginning of it. It was good.
Fuck.
It was really good.
Oh, well, thank you.
Cryptids.
It is about cryptids.
FP1.
Ep1, baby.
Go listen if you haven't. Thank you.
That one's a good one. But yeah, so it's cryptids. They're gay. It's great. I wrote 50,000 words in November, and then I've written another about like 15,000 words since for it, because I like really have this story in mind, and I wanted to write for it, but I've been getting exhausted because I haven't stopped writing for this story since November, and it's almost March, and I've been getting so tired of just writing this one story. And then, of course, Mercury is in retrograde, so I had spiraled into just like going through my AO3 And then I ended up writing fan fiction at the end of last week's recording. Like, I had just started writing this piece, and I've written 10,000 words in the last week of fan fiction.
Oh my
just,
God.
like, on my phone, on the bus, on the subway, like, during my lunch break, with my coffee. Like, I've literally just been writing nonstop for these pieces of fan fiction, for, like, these little prompts that come up in my head, and these little, like, AUs that I'll think of, and then I've just been, like, writing them, and
But who are you writing about?
I am purposefully not disclosing the fandom because it is unfortunately heterosexual, and I'm ashamed.
Is it Phantom of the Opera?
No, it's not.
What is
Don't try and guess. I'm saying that I don't want to disclose it because it's heterosexual, and I'm not interested in outing myself like that.
Can you tell me after?
Yeah, I'll tell you after. But what I wanted to bring up was that, first of all, a lot of AUs that I'm thinking of that are, like, canon divergent. So it's not like coffee shop AU where they, like, are in a completely different scenario or whatever. But, like, it's like, oh, canon, but a little different. Just a little some, you know?
Yeah.
And my favorite tags that I've been reading, because I've also been reading a lot, are enemies to lovers.
Enemies to Lovers is a fucking classic.
Oh my God,
that
Liz.
shit will never get old.
Like, even in the cases where, like, people will just make up this enemies to lovers, where, like, the characters are not enemies in the story, but they are in fanfiction world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will eat that shit up. It's
amazing.
Gourmet.
Literally gourmet. Don't even talk to me about it.
Fucking bone at the teeth. I will eat that up.
Bone apple titty, give me the good content. Thank you.
Fuck. Yeah, so enemies to lovers, so fucking good. Tooth rotting fluff.
Oh.
That shit, I read that shit and I immediately, like, click on it. It's clickbait,
the serotonin that courses through my veins, the tingles that I get at the back of my skull, like...
better than any ASMR.
The tears in my eyes.
TBH. It is so good. And then the last one is slow burn. You gotta love a good slow burn.
I'm so bad at slow burn. I love it, but I also hate it. I have such a hate-love relationship with it. Because I'm like, slow burn, I'm like, yes, this is good because, like, you're establishing, like, a platonic relationship or, like, you're establishing, like, a general relationship. And then, like, the payoff is, like, usually pretty satisfying. But also at the same time, I'm like, these two people need to be married right now.
I think that, like, slow burn, because I read so fast, it is always a good payoff.
Not actually slow burn when you speed read.
I speed read a slow burn so that I can really just get the best of both worlds. But I do see what you're saying because slow burn has a really terrible reread value.
Yeah.
But those have been the tags that have been, like, just on fucking site, bookmarked, baby, marked for later, like, just in my AO3, clogging everything up.
Me. My over 100 bookmarks, like, full of garbage content that I just keep going back to again and again.
Yeah, and AO3 is such a good website. Like, they constantly update it. There are actual mods on it. It's such a functionally robust system, and it's just so good. But yeah, I, like, can't believe it is 2020. I am 24 years old. I'm about to be 25, and I am literally reading fanfiction and writing fanfiction, but not posting. I'm not a fool.
Should I write fanfiction again?
Yeah. Do it.
Right?
I can't believe I wrote 10,000 words in a week. We stopped the recording last week, and then I wrote 10,000 words. Because I was like, oh, how many words did I even write, like, you know, before recording this podcast? Like, I wanted to have a number for you. And then I looked through my Google Docs, and I was like, holy fucking shit. There is no way.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, wild. That's so funny that you bring this up because, like, I recently was also on my AO3 going through my bookmarks and, like, reading some.
Ooh.
And an old one popped into my head, and I was like, I know I have it bookmarked on fanfiction.net, but I have, like, 500 bookmarks.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, I kind of know what the title is, but, like, not really.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I know exactly what the plot is, and, like, I know exactly what the description is, but, like, I don't know where it is. So I literally took a half hour out of my day, like 2 days ago, scrolling through all my bookmarks on fanfiction.net, which, like, has the worst, like, UI I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And, like, actually, like, found the fic and started to reread it.
Oh my god, that's crazy!
Yeah, I was so nervous going back in. You know when you, like, are like, well, I don't know if it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like, as I remembered it. And, like, I reread it every couple of years because, like, I literally love it that much.
Yeah. I do the same thing.
So I was, like, so nervous. I was like, oh, this is gonna be garbage. It's gonna be written poorly. And no, I was literally crying after chapter 1. I was like, yep, this is it.
Back in it.
Literally. It's Swan Queen if anyone is.
Here's my thing. I am ashamed of so many of the fandoms that I was in, am in. I am ashamed of a lot of the, like, I saw this tweet, like, someone had sent me this tweet that was like, oh, what's your, like, guilty pleasure? It wasn't guilty, the wording wasn't guilty pleasure, but it was like, what is that thing that, like, you like, but if anyone has any critiques of it, you're like, yeah, that's fucking valid. And I was like, honestly, everything that I'm thinking of falls under that category. Like, everything that I am into falls into that category, and I don't like anything that's actually good for me.
Me. Literally me. Ugh. Yeah, now I want to write fanfiction.
It has its hooks in me, and I always think that, like, maybe I am getting away from it, and nope, I'm back in it. But I do think that, like, getting to, like, being able to write something else that wasn't my own characters, where I had to do a shit ton of exposition, a shit ton of, like, character building, was really, really nice. Like, just getting to do the fun shit, and, like, now this writer's circle is gonna be on Thursday. I have nothing prepared.
This Thursday?
Yes, this Thursday. I'm very nervous.
Oh my god.
I have nothing ready. Like, nothing that I feel really good about. Like, you know, I only have stuff that I've written prior to that, which wasn't a lot, and I hated a lot of what I was writing, and now I've written all this fan fiction, and I'm like, I'm not coming in with this weird-ass fan fiction to a writer's circle that's specifically for people of color, and it has this, like, great mission, and I'm just like, I wrote fan fiction, y'all, what's up?
Change the name of the characters.
No, it is very obvious who these people are. Because, like I said, it is canon divergent. It's not an AU, like a full wild AU. Did you whisper Twilight?
I said, is it for Twilight?
No, it's not for Twilight. But yeah, that's my thing. Thanks for coming to my round of taboo. What's your next taboo thing, Liz? What's your next taboo thing?
Oh, you don't want to talk about this anymore. Is that what you're telling me?
What's your next taboo thing? Let's move on. Thanks.
All I have to say is that 10,000 words in a week is insane, and it took me 4.5 months to write a 3,000 word fanfiction. So
I don't know where it came from.
That's insane.
Actually, I do know where it came from. NaNoWriMo has, like, now trained me to write so much and in such little amount of time.
Yeah, NaNoWriMo is good for that. Good for that. I don't really have, so I don't have a taboo word for this one.
Okay.
Because I couldn't come up with one, but maybe we can do, like, a kind of, like, word charade or something.
Would love to do that, yeah.
Okay, great. So it is something that you play.
Okay.
And you can play it both digitally or in real life.
Pokemon.
No, but I do love a good game of Pokemon. And I am also very into Pokemon Go at this moment in time.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, like, that would make sense as to why you can't find a fucking taboo word for that shit, because, like, what are you gonna say?
Actually, I do have Pokemon Go on this list, and I actually have a taboo word for it.
I'm sorry.
this is not what I want to talk about, but should I share my taboo word for Pokemon Go?
Yeah. Go
Okay,
for
so my taboo word for Pokemon Go is rat monsters propel.
Okay, I'm gonna call you out and say that rat is a little too specific. Pokemon is short for pocket monster. You fucking idiot.
What? Rat monster? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's a little too specific. I would never have gotten that, so.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, good thing we're not going to talk about it.
Oh, okay, great. Continue.
Okay, so this is something that you play. You can play it in real life or on a computer, or like on a digital device. There's 4 of these types of things, and you can stack them.
Tetris.
No.
How are you gonna play Tetris in real life? I feel so stupid.
There's 2 colors.
Tamagotchi.
Ooh, I love Tamagotchis. I would have died for my Tamagotchi when I was in elementary school.
I killed my Tamagotchi all the time.
Yo, okay, so there was one time, wow, we're really just kind of off-roading here.
All terrain, baby, vroom vroom. Charlie XCX, let's ride.
Let's ride, Bob. When I was in elementary school, I had this Tamagotchi that I had alive for like 500 years. And it was literally my child. It was like the 7th generation of this Tamagotchi. Like, I was so proud of it. And I would like bring it to school with me and like feed it in my desk and like make sure it was alive during the day. And I remember once when I was in the 5th grade, there was a fire drill and we had to leave the building, and I left my Tamagotchi in my desk, and the whole time I was freaking out because I was like, this Tamagotchi's gonna die. I'm so stressed about this. It didn't, but it also was just proof that I'm neurotic.
Thank God, I would have been so upset. Like, Snail died, Tamagotchi died, like, nothing goes right in life.
Welcome to this podcast. I'm a murderer.
A snurderer.
A snurderer. Yeah.
That Tumblr post kills me.
That's me, nothing but a snail murderer.
Oh my God, that fucking has me weak. Okay, wait. So there are 2 colors. Mm-hmm. It's a game that got 4 different things going on, and you can play it in the real life world and in the digital space. If you die in the game, you die in real life.
No, that's not correct. Can I just tell you, I feel like...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
No, it's fine. It's solitaire.
I fucking hate you. Why are
you mad about this?
Solitaire is literally just like if you said alone game. That's solitaire. Because it's solitary. You play it by yourself.
I couldn't think of a word. I'm sorry. Okay, so, anyway, recently
You've been playing solitaire?
Yeah, I've been absolutely feral about it.
Did you also get your, like, AAA membership card?
Actually, I do have AAA, and AAA is for roadside assistance, you stupid person. It's AARP.
AARP. Oh, I'm sorry.
And as a matter of fact, yes, my dad is a member of AARP, so step off.
You get a geriatric discount at your local diner, huh?
He does. No. So I've been playing this solitaire game. It's actually called Solitaire Farm Village. And you play regular solitaire, spider solitaire, pyramid, and free cell. And you play through these games. You win coins, you win stars. And with the coins, you can upgrade your village. And so you, like, are building buildings. And with stars, you can get different, like, card fronts, card backs, playing tables. And I downloaded it yesterday, and I can't stop playing.
Oh my God. How do you come up How do you come across these game apps? Are you actually downloading them from Instagram when they advertise to you?
Yeah, deadass, yes. I am the target audience of all of these apps that have advertisements popping up on my Instagram feed. I am also the target audience for apps that are advertised inside of other apps. Every time I see a game, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Oh my god, really? That's crazy to me.
I have so many games like that.
Because, like, I'm the exact opposite, where, like, if it's being advertised to me, I'm, like, immediately like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
No.
And then, but, like, the last time I downloaded a mobile game, I was, I think, in the airport, and I literally looked over someone's shoulder, and I saw the game that they were playing, and I went to download it.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, I have this solitaire game. I have a Sudoku game. I have this other game called Pocket World 3D, where you, like, build buildings, but it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Wordscapes is a classic. I have another one called Tomb of the Mask.
Oh, wait, I like that one.
That's a fun one.
That's the really one that I downloaded from the airport.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It is really fun, yes.
I have both Gardenscapes and Homescapes.
Oh, okay. I get that ad a lot.
Yeah, but their ads, like, have absolutely nothing to do with, like, the actual gameplay.
That's why I was, like, confused and I don't want to download it.
The ads are like, oh my god, there's a grease fire in the kitchen, what should you do?
Yeah.
And then he's always like, oh, I'm gonna throw another match into the fire. And I, like, watch these ads and I'm like...
It's like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure level of, like, logic that doesn't actually make sense.
No, it's fucking stupid. So, like, the game itself is great, and, like, the developer has, like, created these 2 fun mobile games that are, like, mindless, yet I'm on level, like, 835 because I've been playing it for 6 years.
Because it's an algorithm.
Exactly, but, like, the ads make me so angry.
But Solitaire is a lot of fun. It is.
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed.
Such a good game.
So before this app, I only ever played, like, traditional Solitaire.
Mm-hmm.
And then in this app, you are, like, forced to play Spider Solitaire, Free Cell, and Pyramid. And, like, I've never played
anything other than...
Right. So I was, like, kind of confused, and I was like, okay, well, they better teach me how to play. And now I'm, like, good at all 3 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anne is so good at Spider Solitaire, like, in her own whatever. Like, she's just, like, so good at it, and, like, that's what she plays.
Oh, okay.
So...
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was just kind of like, huh.
They're all, like, equally as engaging as the regular classic Solitaire?
Yes.
Okay.
And I also have to play them to get certain rewards. So it's always like, okay, you have to get 30 stars in each game.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get 10,000 coins from each game, like, play 10 games of Spider Solitaire, play 12 games of Free Cell.
Shit.
Yeah, so I have evolved into a 90-year-old man, and I am playing Solitaire.
But Solitaire is like, okay, I know I was roasting you 2 seconds ago, but to your credit, Solitaire is
literally actually scalping me bald. But fine.
It was not that bad, and I got a ton of shit wrong. But like, I think that Solitaire is just so good because, like, you don't have to depend on other people to play with you to have a good-ass time. And, like, there are plenty of games where you can, like, yeah, there is a single-player option, but, like, it doesn't compare to, like, when you play with other people. But Solitaire is, like, a game that is designed to not involve anyone else except for your own damn self. And I really respect that. I really, really, really respect that like, she really is that bitch.
Yeah, literally. Have you ever played Solitaire in real life?
No.
It's hard. It's really hard.
I can't imagine. Like, the only card game, like, the only reason I would ever play a card game is because I was at a party or, like, you know, like,
yeah.
There's, some kind of deck and other people want to play a card game, so I'll, like, think of a card game that I know, and all of the ones involve a lot of, like, hitting things or, like, slapping your hands on the table or, like, punching other people. Like, it's just, like, all the ones that I know are very violent. And
Are you talking about spoons?
I'm talking about spoons, I'm talking about rat screw, I am talking about spit, all of these games involve a lot of just like you get hurt if you don't pay attention. So solitaire's a nice break from that.
I once broke my friend's light above her kitchen table playing spoons.
Oh my god, how?
I grabbed the last spoon and I whipped my fist up and was like, yeah, I got the spoon, and I literally punched out a light bulb.
Oh my god.
Light over her kitchen table.
Jesus.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't play like in real life card games ever. And my girlfriend is really into card games, and like we'll have dinner with like her cousins, and they will be like, all right, and whip out like a deck of cards, and I'll start sweating and like trembling, and I can't remember what game it was, but it's like you are on a team with the person sitting across from you, and like you have to like put in guess on like how many matches you're going to be able to get.
Okay.
And
I don't know this game.
If you get the amount of matches that you said you were going to get, you get like a ton of points. But if you don't, like you only get the number of points that you said you were the number of points of the matches that you had gotten.
Okay.
And it was me and her sister Deirdre and her cousin, and me and her cousin were on a team. And these people have been playing cards for literally their entire life, and they like play competitively with like their other family members. So like there's little me, first time playing this game, panicked because I'm on a team with Anne's cousin, and so I go, okay, so I think I'm gonna get this many matches, and her cousin looks at me and goes, oh, really? And I was like, okay, well, let me reevaluate, I guess.
Oh my god. I mean, that's stressful a very family, like, Thanksgiving, you got nothing better to do, and no one wants to play a board game, so you whip out a deck of cards. I've gotten into a lot of fights with my cousins over card games, and, like, just, like, tears streaming down people's faces, like, just absolutely wrecking each other, ruining relationships. It's just, like, it's always high stakes, so
it's intense.
Understand that. Yeah, it's. I think that's why we always stuck to the ones that like didn't require any kind of thinking. Like they were all the ones where you just had to be the fastest person or like make the fastest match, which is why those are the games that I remember the best and the most, and the ones that hurt the most.
Yeah. I'm into Go Fish. Go Fish is great.
Go Fish is too
so pleasant.
I have not played Go Fish in so long because like it just will descend into madness in my household. But I think that's just like tells you the kind of people that we are.
Just really a true character.
But you get none of that with solitaire. You get like you just have to deal with yourself, and like it's like almost like puzzle solving, in that like you're trying to figure it out and like you're trying to make the best strategy, but it's like never a pressure where like someone else is watching you. You're just like trying to do the best that you can in that game.
Right. It's like very low stake, high stakes.
Yeah. It's as intense as you want to make it.
Exactly.
Which I really like. So.
Plus, I am such a sucker for games that's like, oh, village progression, and like, here's your digital trophy. As we all know, I'm literally a slut for digital achievements, but like, I don't know, yeah, this game is just so good.
Yeah.
With both the achievements and the village building and mindless games of solitaire.
Love it. I also love those, like, meaningless little, like, trinkets that are like, here's a thing. Good job.
Oh, yeah, like, yeah, here, an achievement and a little medal. And in this one, it's like, oh, you hit a certain milestone, so here's, like, a digital virtual animal that roams your village.
Wow, I'm gonna cry.
It's, like, the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, my God.
I know. Yeah, so that's number 3 for me.
Hell yeah.
What you got? What's the last one? What you got?
So my last one, it's one word.
Okay.
Papa.
What is it?
Papa.
Papa?
Papa.
Papa.
What is that voice?
Papa.
What is that voice?
Daddy.
You need to shorten that, because I would
Father.
never.
Father.
Shorten.
Father. Dad.
Yeah, it's Dad.
Are you obsessed with your dad?
No. We have a strained relationship. This dad that I'm talking about is an internet 2D e-girl.
What? Wait, I'm so confused. You always you come up with the greatest shit. I'm like, I like solitaire.
Yeah.
And snails.
No, wait, I love it.
And
you can't say that because I talked about fucking Sonic last week, so.
Yeah, but Sonic is good.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But no, I mean, I think this is the reason why I was very much I want to do a vibe check, because I am obsessed with these things that I have no idea where they fit.
I love it.
But so Dad, as I said, is an e-girl. She is actually an actual singer who lives in LA, who went through this who was trying to start her music career, and is kind of shy. So she had actually enlisted the help of an artist, or I don't know how they got connected, but this artist that I follow, Bev Johnson, I'm obsessed with her. And I saw that she was making art for this and creating this e-girl, and I was immediately obsessed, and I started listening to it, and I was I just love the fact that her art was on Spotify. I was just oh my god, this is her art, and it is here, and it's real. At That Girl Dad on Instagram, and right now she has 3 songs: Alligator, Smash Bros, Fresher, and Dad is this young girl, that's her persona. She's got this pink hair, she's very into ramen and boba, so she's kind of generic in that way, but it's it's an e-girl, but it's cute. And I think that
what is her name on Instagram? Sorry.
No. Yeah, her Instagram handle is That Girl Dad. So ThatGirldad.
Oh, cute.
Mad cute. Please check her out, everyone. I really like her vibe. I really love the art style. Obviously, that's how I came across this account, and the music is actually really chill. It's nice. It has almost this electronic lo-fi pop kind of vibe, and it's just easy going, easy listening. And it's just really, really nice. And I think that in a world on Instagram where e-girls are, and especially these digital e-girls are these weird fucking manifestations of male coding. All the 3D e-girls are some weird ass shit, and there's been a lot of controversy about some of the content that comes out from these e-girls. And they all feel very forced in terms of it's clearly a project
made for men,
yeah, these poses that they'll put these 3D models in, and I don't know, it all of it just strikes me as ingenuine, and I don't like it. But what I like about Dad is that her whole story is she wants to have this music career, but she's kind of shy, and I love that, and I think it's really sweet. And I cannot stop listening to this music. It's just so good, and the art is amazing, and I follow the Instagram, and I know for a fact that a Gallant collab is around the corner, because Gallant has been, or Gallant, I don't know how to say his name, but he's been posting and interacting with her on social media, so it's gonna happen. I know it. I feel it in my bones, and she's gonna blow the fuck up. So I'm here to say, I was here before the hype. I've been here since day one when she came out with Alligator, and now Fresher is great. Stream that shit.
Alright.
And I'm excited for her to blow the fuck up, because this is really good shit.
I love it. I literally love it. I was at a concert the other night.
Floor?
Yeah, so I went to go see Floor the other night, who is this great little indie band, such good vibes.
Love it.
But they had an opener who I was literally just thinking the same thing. The opener is called Bohemians.
Okay.
It's this white boy band, 4 white dudes. The lead singer looks like a younger Jack Antonoff, with the like hair on the top of his head and the glasses. They got
because those are the defining features of Jack Antonoff is hair on the top of his head.
Stop. They have literally 8,000 monthly listeners. They have like 1 EP out. Aww. And I was like sitting there like listening to their music, and like the vibes are so good, and I was like, give these guys 6 months and they'll be at Webster Hall, like Terminal 5.
Love that.
Busting ass.
Absolutely cannot wait.
Like, I don't know, it's just like exciting to see that and being like, I hope they blow up.
Yeah! I really want to, like, I say that I want to be in before they get big, but also, like, please get big, because your music slaps.
Exactly. Give the people what they want. Make more music, like.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, do it. Go. Everyone stream Dad, everyone go stream Bohemians.
Everyone, please support our
small
artists. Yes, these small up-and-coming artists. And also Bev Johnson, because she's an amazing illustrator, and I love her. And I'm obsessed with her. And I am low-key, like, stalking her profile constantly because she is gay and is engaged to her girlfriend. And I cry every day going through her Twitter. And she also has this really cute cat called Coconut, and they post her all the time, and I just, like, I cannot believe she's living this life where she's, like, living with her girlfriend with this cat. It's incredible. It's just, they tried on wedding dresses, and I, like, could not.
Stop.
I literally
Stop,
was so weak.
Stop, I can't. I'm gonna start crying. Yeah, we love small artists. We love small Instagram artists. Love it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna plug a little for myself. I opened an Etsy today.
Oh my god, Liz!
My Etsy is live.
Congrats! Oh my god! Wait, I love that. And it's all like your work, but those are all like originals that are like one of a kind too, right?
Yeah. Yes. So I have 14 pieces up on my Etsy. 14?
A bitch has been busy.
Well, I took some of my older designs, and a lot of them are made to order. So if you go on my Etsy and you go to an older design that I don't have on me. So, for example, I have one that I designed and gifted to Heather for her birthday. Mm-hmm. I have a couple that I gave to Shreen. I have one that was a gift for Anne, one that was a gift for you. Like, I have the designs up on my account, so you can go and purchase it, and then I will hand make the hoop and send it out. So some of them I do have backstocked and like are ready to go, but there are others that are like made to order. But the Etsy name is Threading in Flowers. And you should go check it out. It's just a bunch of little hoops. It's embroidery hoops, by the way. I don't know if I explicitly said that.
Basketball hoops. We're gonna dunk on you fools.
Weaved hoops. No, I'm kidding. It's just hand embroidery, little hoops. There's a bunch of flowers, a bunch of little bouquets, some Florence and the Machine hoops.
Love it.
Inspired hoops, some fun ghost. There's a ghost hoop. There's an alien hoop. There's a hoop that says "I'm a bad bitch, you can't kill me," which Aaron has.
I have that one, and it is so good. I have it hanging up on my wall, and it's literally one of my favorite things that I have and get to display because it's so nice. As someone who has received some of Liz's gifts, they are really, really nice. I love them so much.
Yeah, it's fun. So if you want to go support a local artist, go check out my Etsy. This is a shameless plug. But yeah, I appreciate every click. I appreciate every like, every follow.
Yeah, they're great. And also make for great gifts for other people because they are so personal and it's just so nice. Like cannot stress how amazing it is.
Right. That's sweet of you to say.
No, but they seriously are so nice, and like the quality of the fabric that you use is nice, so like it's not just like the design that you're paying for, but also just like the materials that you are using are like actually fucking nice quality.
Thank you. Yeah, I make sure that all my materials are good quality, and they're not sourced locally because they're found in like Michael's and AC Moore, so I'm not like going. But yeah, I'm excited about this. This is gonna be really good.
Yeah, I fucking love it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it's exciting. I know I said this a couple episodes ago that I have an Etsy store up, and now here I am with an Etsy store up. So
if you set up, I was gonna make a joke about like setup and payoff, but I honestly don't have enough brain cells left, so
it is late in the night.
That was everything on my vibe checklist. Did you have anything else?
No, I think 3 and 3 is great.
Oh yeah, because I didn't start this one. Damn, the brain cells really be trickling out of my head.
Time really do be flying, don't it?
It really has been passing, as it always is. Damn, I'm so sorry. I'm done. As
Smash Mouth once says, the years start coming and they don't stop coming.
In the wise words.
The years really do be coming. And they really don't stop be coming.
Love those kings. Anyway, thank you for listening to another episode of Retrograde. Again, we are in this vibe check kind of format, but we'll be returning. Not next week, because guess what? Mercury is still in retrograde. Next week. So we'll see y'all then, where we'll be talking more about stuff that is just absolutely driving us wild.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Everyone stay safe out there. Mercury is truly ruthless this past retrograde, so...
Hell yeah, the first retrograde of 2020. Stay safe.
Stay safe, be nice to each other. Yeah. Tell your mom you love her.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.